Yeah. One side says take the tablet. One side says breathe free. One side says trust the science. One side says heal the spirit. And I'm stuck in the middle, trying not to lose myself. Blood test, next test, sit down, explain stress. Another form, another score, another tablet from the same desk. Blockers, inhibitors, antidepressant, visitors, 3 different tribes. Still looking in the mirror like, is this? They say chemicals balance the brain, maybe that's true. But I've swallowed hope in boxes and still felt blue. Waiting rooms full of silence, bright lights, cold chairs. Everybody looking broken, but nobody really stares. Doctor says give it time, body says I gave years. Mind says I'm still drowning, eyes don't make tears. Science save lives, I won't lie on that. But when money meets medicine, trust gets cracked. One side says proof, one side says breath. One side says daylight, one side says air. One side says proof, one side says breath. I'm trying to live, not argue with death. I'm put between science and spirit, 2 worlds in my chest. One says I'm chemicals, one says I'm blessed. One says take this, one says sit still. One says it's trauma, one says it's will. I don't need war, I need rest. I need the truth, not another test. I'm cool between science and spirit, trying to choose what's best. But both of them live inside my other side says ground yourself, bare feet, rain, air. Clear out the dark, let the breath repair. Meditate slow, let the bad thoughts pass. Gratitude in the morning, leave that pain in the grass. Chakras and balance, nature and life. Positive words when the chest gets tight. Herbs in a cupboard, roots in the tea. Something from the earth feels more human to me. But trouble ain't always safe, that's real too. Some things can heal, some things can hook you. Some things feel calm, then they take control. And now you're swapping one chain for a different hold. I've tried the natural, I've tried to prescribe. Still some days I don't feel alive. So what do you do when both sides speak and neither one fixes the hole underneath? One side says pills, one side says prayer. One side says day, one side says air. One side says proof, one side says breath. I'm trying to live, not argue with death. I'm caught between science and spirit, 2 worlds in my chest. One says I'm chemicals, one says I'm blessed. One says take this, one says sit still. One says it's trauma, one says it's will. I don't need war, I need rest. I need the truth, not another test. I'm caught between science and spirit, trying to choose what's best. But both of them live inside my beat switches, rat race, kicks and mortgage bills. Work boots, chores, school run, food shop, life once more. You say go meditate, where's the time then? I'm trying to breathe with the deadline climbing. Retreat in the woods sounds nice in theory, but I got payments and people need me. Universe calling, but the bank calls too. Can't heal my soul when the council taxed you. Wake up heavy, clocking fast. Smile at work, then I crash. Read about peace while the washing piles. Try affirmations through fake smiles. I am calm, I am holding the boiler breaks and I lose control. I am safe, I am light, but the rent don't care if my chest feels tight. No, I'm not anti-science, no, I'm not anti-soul. I'm anti-being lost with nowhere to go. I don't want fake cures, I don't want lies. I want something real that don't bleed me dry. I want a doctor who sees the man, not just sippings on a treatment plan. I want nature without the fantasy, grounded healing, not vanity. I want balance, not a side to pick, cause I'm tired of feeling like I'm hard to fix. Final drop, I'm caught between science and spirit, 2 worlds in my chest. One says I'm chemicals, one says I'm blessed. One says take this, one says sit still. One says it's trauma, one says it's will. I don't need war, I need rest. I need the truth, not another test. I'm cool between science and spirit, trying to choose what's best. But both of them lie inside my... Maybe it's tablets, maybe it's trees, maybe it's talking, maybe it's peace, maybe it's blood work, maybe it's breath, maybe it's learning. I'm not finished yet. Maybe the answer ain't one clean road, maybe it's carrying the light of low. Science and spirit, brain and soul, I'm still searching, trying to be whole. One side says take the time One side says breathe through it. Maybe I need both, maybe I need neither. Maybe I just need someone to actually listen.